Worthy. Hello. Here's where we left off, okay? And we want to go over how this whole unit is about classifying organisms, how we do it, and then we're going to learn about our current classification of all living things on Earth, okay? So in this kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species, I have several organisms listed in each category or each group. If I show you these organisms right here, dog, panda, black bear, and grizzly bear, who could tell me what do these organisms have in common? What do they share, Carlos?
The same, like, I wouldn't say not the same animal, but I'll have to say they share the same, like, gene or trait.
They might, but I want more specific answers based on what we're looking at. Faith. They might be, but no. Okay, I'm going to rephrase the question. If you look at that diagram and I give you those organisms, what can you tell me that those organisms share or have in common? Based on that diagram, not on what you're guessing. Yes?
They are all...
No, we got a dog there.
Oh, they all...
I'm going to say this again. I'm going to say this again. You're looking at that diagram and I'm asking you, what do those organisms have in common? Melissa? Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family. Do they have the same genus? They don't. They share the same order, which means they share the same kingdom, phylum, class. They do not have the same family because which animal is not part of that family? The dog. So if I give you these four animals right here, they share the same kingdom, phylum, class, order. Okay? Now here's another question. If a grizzly bear's scientific name is Ursus horribilis, what is the genus for the black bear? Raise your hand if you could tell me. So what's the answer, Dylan? Ursus. How do you know that? Because it is the first name of the scientific name, and if the black bear and the grizzly bear are sharing their genus, they share the same genus name. Now, if you go to the species name, that would be, I don't even know what a black bear species name, I'd have to look it up. It's not like I'm going to ask you to know every organism's scientific name, but if I give you one of these charts, and I bless you, you have to be able to tell me that, okay? The four organisms, dog, panda, black bear, grizzly bear, have the same domain, kingdom, phylum, class, and order. And what if I asked you, what do panda, black bear, and grizzly bear have in common? Or what do they share? Yes. Good. You could say they're part of the kingdom Animalia. They're part of the phylum, what? Chordata. Class, order, and family. Okay, we don't know the genus and species. We know it for a grizzly bear and a black bear, and we know the species name for the grizzly bear. Okay, so as you go down categories, the organisms become more specific. If you look up here, it says, we're not up there, but it says a grizzly bear has the same kingdom as a butterfly. Do you see characteristics that are same between a butterfly and a grizzly bear? No, but they have them. There's something they share that makes them part of the same kingdom, but that's it. When you go to phylum, they're no longer related. Okay, because they're getting more specific. What characteristics do you share in a phylum makes you more related? What characteristics you share in a class makes you more related? Okay, so the further you go down, the more related you are, the more characteristics you have in common. If you go up, you're more broad, there's a larger group, and you have less in common. So domains basically branch out life into three groups. Anybody know what this organism is right here? Bacteria, good. We've got bacteria, and this is bacteria also. It's just called archaebacteria or ancient bacteria. And then what are these?
Fungi.
Fungi is one of them. What did you say? Good. Eukaryotes. The main difference between the three domains of life is that bacteria and archaebacteria are prokaryotes, and eukaryotes are organisms that have a nucleus in their cell, which are protists, fungi, plants, and animals. So here's a little history about kingdoms. Back in the day, we knew who was the first to classify. What's his name? Aristotle. How many kingdoms did he think existed? 2. What were they? Plants and animals. That's it. Then, as we started to realize that there's a lot of variety between animals and plants, we would branch out further, okay? Then we had 5 kingdoms. The first kingdom was called Monera. What do you think that is? Bacteria. Then what was next? Anybody know? Fungi is one of them. What else? Plants, animals, and nobody knows what this little guy is here? One of my favorite labs.
Beans.
Protists. How many kingdoms do we have today? 6. Monera actually branched out into 2 kingdoms. We have archaebacteria and eubacteria. And then we have protista, fungi, plants, and animals. Why do you think this happens? Why do you think we go from one kingdom and all of a sudden they become 2? We discover more about the organism and something that distinguishes one from another so significantly that you say they actually don't belong to the same kingdom. They have something that makes them very different. 6 kingdoms, archaebacteria spelled like that. Eubacteria, protista, fungi, plantae, and animalia. Classifying is really hard work. I mean, you think about, I always say this, and I think I said this to you already, but think about seeing an elephant for the first time. Like, think about it. You're walking in the desert or in the grassland, and all of a sudden you see an elephant. I'm sure you were shocked. Where does he belong? What is he? How do I know what group he goes to? One of the tools that was designed to help you know where to put an organism is called a dichotomous key. It is really a series of options that you use to help you know where to place the organism. So we're going to learn about this key today, and we're going to use it. Let's look at this organism right here, and everybody pay attention to how this key works, because then you're going to be asked to use the key. So this is organism A. We don't know who he is. We don't know what it is. We just know it looks funky, and we got to figure it out. So we go to the key, and we say, does this organism have 2 feet? Yes or no? No. So let's go to the second question of part 1, because you have to look at both. Some other number of feet. Yes or no?
Yes.
So it says, go to number 3. So we're going to jump to 3. We're skipping 2. Does this organism have 1 leg? No. Does he have 3 or 4 legs?
Yes.
Where are we going?
7.
7. What does 7 say?
3 legs.
3 legs, yes or no?
No.
4 legs?
Yes.
Where are we going? 11. Has duckbill 2 pinchers? I don't even know what that is. No arms or pinchers. So pinchers, you see the pinchers right here? I do.
Arm pictures.
I do.
This, look, you see the pinchers? Yeah. So does no pinchers? Where are we going? 14. 3-toed feet, nose like a flower, spider-like, has spots. What's his name? What do you know about patterned? It's his what? It's his what? What is patterned mollywoppus? What is that?
Oh,
His scientific name. What do we know about his scientific name? What's patterned? His no. His genus. Who said it? His genus. What do we know about mollywoppus? Species. Good. All right, let's do one more. B.
So like, wait, all of the names, like, for like, when this is like hex, all these are like hex